All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Friday Night Football. It's been a while since we talked. Last couple weeks, we had some games on the road. Last week, we actually had a forfeit win. And a couple weeks ago, we were cut short by rain. So this is our first non-rainy home game of the year. As always, I'm Bill Soroka. I'm here to bring you all the action. Tonight, it's homecoming at South Avenue Sports Complex, where your Interboro Bucks are taking on the Academy Park Knights. Usually, teams like to schedule teams they can beat at homecoming. This is going to be a tall order, as Academy Park is a perennial district powerhouse now under the leadership of Coach Jason Wojcicki. They've had real tough game expected tonight. Kickoff goes to Tim Convery at the 10-yard line. He brings it towards the home bench, and he'll take it to about the 27-yard line. Jared Dell, the quarterback. Convery on the wide receiver, and this one will go to Mike Moore on the first carry of the game. Moore expected to get a fair amount of carries. Back in action, though. This time it goes to Grebe. Grebe on a modified sweep. They pitch it out to him. He gets out past the 30 to around the 32-yard line. And that's Coburn with the tackle. Just this year. Last year. Yeah, last year. First year. So 3rd down and 5 for your Bucks. Moore bounces off the tackle and is going to be brought down. Tyree Estes made the tackle there. Barry Brown back deep. He'll be the punt returner. It's Jared Dell, who is the quarterback, will also be the punter, and he boots it away and gets one high, end over end past the 30. Takes a nice little bounce out of bounds and avoids any return by Barry Brown, and here comes the Academy Park offense. Academy Park comes into the game at 4-1. All their wins against local Pennsylvania opponents, they played a real high-powered team out of West Virginia last week. And Academy Park's got speed for days. And Skylar Phillips, 6'1", he's a quarterback. He's number 5, and you'll see him do just about everything. And he rolls out, makes the throw, and he's got a man that's number 16, Alfonso Hayes. Alfonso Hayes with the first down out to the 40. You see Jarek Wilcox, also a wide receiver. You see also Edwin Sokolou, as well as Barry Brown. So 4 wide receivers, actually 5 wide receivers. 4 wide receivers, 1 man back, and it goes to the running back, and he goes straight up the gut. That's Zion Bradley, and Bradley takes it past midfield to the 43. So it's first down, Academy Park. Bradley again, exact same play. They saw the hole last time. This time it got closed up. Mufti with the stop, or rather Keeney with the stop. And Academy Park not going to huddle. They all look up simultaneously for the signal. Coach Vo calls the plays offensively. Phyllis fires one deep's got a man. And it's dropped in and out of the arms of Edward Soliku. And that would have been a touchdown. He did have to come back for it. He hits him in stride. It's an easy touchdown. Nonetheless, it should have been caught. Phyllis again. This time he gets Brown, first down. He'll spot at the 32. Phyllis, option pitch, Bradley. Bradley inside the 25 to the 23. Brought down by Grebe. And Academy Park moving the ball nicely on this drive. It'll be second down and 3. Phyllis rolls out left this time. Got a man. It's Soliku. He'll get a first down inside the 10. It'll be first and goal. And Academy Park just moving the ball down at will, taking off 8, 10 plus yards every single play. We're just 4.5 into this game. And Academy Park knocking on the door. They go Bradley. Bradley bounces off a runner, or a tackle rather, and then moves forward to about the 5. Zion Bradley with Park, no need to huddle. And you see Alfonso Hayes, Jarek Wilcox on the right. You see Soliku and Barry Brown on the left. Those are your 4 big wide receivers. Zion Bradley. This time it's going to be Phyllis. He'll keep it. Phyllis cuts and walks into the end zone, barely touched, and Academy Park up 6-0. So the first of what could be many touchdowns on the night for the Knights. And Academy Park with a 6-0 lead. They generally don't kick the ball, but we'll see. They do have Barry Brown and Phyllis. And the ball's actually snapped over their head, which probably brings back some bad memories for Academy Park. If they pick up the ball, and run it, they can get 2, but the try will be no good. So 6-0 Interboro. The Academy Park will kick off, and the Bucks will have another crack at. So I don't know if you've seen some of the the larger than normal cheer team that we have tonight. It is Bucks Cheer Alumni Night here at South Avenue. Former cheerleaders from, as far back as the 90s are joining the current cheer team on the field. And we're happy to have them, a fantastic fundraiser for the cheer team. We have, again, cheer members. I've seen them all the way back from like the early 90s, back when I was still in high school, until, some of last year's graduates are here as well. And then, of course, the current cheer team. So looking good, and we thank those folks for coming out. A lot of them are moms who actually have kids like in the district, if not, even in the school right now. That's good. Anything to foster togetherness among the community, we're happy, and we're certainly glad to see them. All right, Grebe jumps in front of Moore, brings it towards the home bench. Grebe weaves his way up to the 35. Don't know if that was a miscommunication or not, but to be honest with you, Grebe running behind Moore, probably a good idea. And Jared Dell and the Bucks offense will take over at the 35. 6:43 to go. Bucks down 6-0. Just one change from the normal lineup. You have Zach Mufti in at the left tackle position. So Bickings with the carry, and Bucks have had a lot of injuries this year. Tymir, not that he wasn't expected to get some carries anyway. I mean, he is a senior, but now a more prominent part of the offense. Mike Moore's still your main back, and you see him back there with Jared. Academy Park jumps off sides. So 5 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down and much shorter. So the 43 will be the new line of scrimmage. They have to get to the 45. A couple plays to do it. And really, if you're the Interboro Bucks, your coach Lennox, what you need to do is start getting some first downs. The only way you're going to stay in this game is doing just what they did right there. Give the ball to Mike Moore, hope that she can get 4, 5, 6 yards at a time, and keep the ball out of Academy Park's hands and keep it close. And if it's close late in the game, anything can happen. Because if it's 3 plays and punt, and you just put the ball back in the hands of Coach Foshesky's high-powered offense, it's going to be problematic. And we could be looking at another beatdown. And certainly you don't want to get taken to the tool shed on your own homecoming, especially by one of your most bitter rivals. This is Grebe. Grebe on the pitch, gets 9. Grebe, young man I have in class, in government class, and I tell you, I don't think I can't recall, a more class kid. Big fan of Mr. Grebe. 8 yards on that play. Another second down and short. Clock moving. And Grebe again. First down. So, big shout out to all the Bucks fans who came out for homecoming. It actually, for the first time really all year, it looks like a football game. We have a full stands. We have a band, and they're playing. We have tons of cheerleaders. We got a bunch of cool moms out here on the field or on the sidelines cheering. And we got a packed student section. We got vendors on the side. We got a full snack bar. It looks like a Friday night at the South Avenue Sports Complex. And that looks like a fumble, and Jared Dell does a nice job jumping on top of it, but not before a 13-yard loss. And the ball rolled down his leg and kicked back 13 yards. So after 2 straight series of having second and short, now it'll be second and 23. They'll mark it at the 50. That's a little generous, but so 2nd and 20. Jared looking to pass. Scott Grebe wide open. If he can get it over, and a great job, Grebe, inside the 30, all the way down to the 10 and down to the 6-yard line. What recognition by Jared Della Priscoli, and great touch to get the ball over the defender and find a wide open Andrew Grebe, who makes the catch and then gets all the way down to the inside the 10. Moore inside the 5. Be 2nd and goal from about the 4. Again, a really good play right before that to get themselves out of a 2nd down and long. And, you know, with that, the first real pass play of the game, they done a pretty good job in this series, in this set of plays, trying to keep the ball on the ground and getting first downs. But with that fumble on first down, they had to run it. And now they run it again with Mike Moore, and he is in for the touchdown. So Mike Moore makes it a 6-6 game. Find a way. All right. And a point after attempt. Oh, Jordan Howell with the point after. And Bucks up 7-6. Bucks up 7-6, 2:49 to go. Good drive there. And, you know, again, a great play by Jared Dell with his ability to see that open receiver. And honestly, when you look at the evolution of a quarterback, and you look now at Jared Dell, you know, round about 15 varsity starts now, it takes a little bit of time, but that's when you start to get that recognition of where receivers are supposed to be on each play. And you become, it's almost more instinctive than anything else. Now, this time Bucks kick it up in the air, and they actually fall on top of that. It looks to me like the Bucks got that ball on a modified onside kick. And I think Tymere Bickings fell on top of it, and they do. Academy Park caught napping there, and Bucks are going to take over 38-yard line. It may have been Evan Sorrentino. It may have been Bickings. Probably Sorrentino, just by the way that he's reacting on the sideline. Oh, they go to Grebe on the inside. And nice job by Estes bringing him down. Really one-armed Andrew Grebe down, and there'll be a loss of 2 yards. Bickings out and Shane Langston in. Jared Dell rolls out downfield. Basically didn't have a guy, so he threw it up and over Grebe. Third down and 12. So roughly the 39.5 is where they'll spot it. 2:02 to go, quarter number 1. 4 wide. Moore, the only running back. Dell pumps, throws it up, and there's nobody, and they're going to call it an intentional grounding. And wasn't outside that proverbial tackle box. And, you know, you really did just throw it up to try to avoid the sack. I mean, that's textbook definition of intentional grounding. So it'll be 4th down and about 20-something. So in the end, like, the onside kick doesn't help, and it's unlikely that now being inside their own 50, they're going to go for it at 4th and 20-something. Because that play does bring with it a loss it down as well as a penalty. So 2 costly errors on this drive. And that almost guarantees they're going to have to punt. So again, no help on the onside kick, but now you have, I believe it's Barry Brown back deep for the punt return. And Jared Dell needs another good one. This time ball really just, he kicked it straight down, and maybe that's what he wanted to do. Maybe he wanted to keep it away from Barry Brown, but they give the ball on the 40-yard line. I tend to think it was probably a little bit more of a shank, especially because they kicked it deep last time. Either way, just an 18-yard punt. So with 1:45 to go in quarter number 1, Bucks still hold a 7-6 lead. And it becomes incumbent upon the defense to try and hold it. Trips to the right. This time you have a different tailback in. But he gets about 20 on the play. Gibley, the running back. Barry Brown on the wide receiver screen will get about 4. So we have an injury on the field. And I don't know who that is, but see Bucks players taking a knee as is customary. You see Academy Park players about to take a knee. I still can't identify who it is out there. I have an idea, but I don't want to get anybody too concerned yet. You got 1:03 left. Quarter number one, Bucks with a 7-6 advantage, but Academy Park moving the ball again. So the good news is I can see from here that whoever our student athlete is moving the left leg. So there is certainly movement. Not a lot else is moving. I mean, the other trainers got out there pretty quickly. Coach Lennox out there as well. Drew Wilson will go out there to replace whoever it is, and it is Grebe, and he looks a little bit irritated, and I think he probably knows that it's a, I don't know if it's a significant injury, but it's significant enough for him to have to be helped off the field. And really, when your most versatile, toughest, biggest heart player comes off the field, it's pretty much the kick in the butt that you don't need after an already difficult season. And quite frankly, every Bucks player ought to go out there and help him off the field and be clapping or being supportive or whatever. And, man, I really don't like seeing that. He looks like he's in a fair amount of pain there, and we just don't want to see that. And there goes the neighborhood. Second down, 6. Like we said, Jude Wilson back to play the safety spot. Jubei Wilson, rather. I apologize. I know the young man. He's a good kid. Phyllis rolls out. The ball out of bounds. Hayes was your intended receiver. He caught the first pass of the game. He moved that right over there, and you can see Mr. and Mrs. Grebe right on the sidelines there, which you could tell that the mom and dad look not real good either. They're not, they're a little sad at what they see. Gilby up the gut. First down, Academy Park. So Park with a first down. They'll set, as soon as they get the ball set, they'll run the clock. We should have maybe one more play in the first quarter. And Phyllis keeps it. Flag down. And we'll see what the call is. Holding on Academy Park. So that'll knock it back to 1st and 20. So they'll run the clock out for the rest of the first quarter. And after one, it's Bucks 7, Academy Park 6. Back to action here in the second quarter. Academy Park driving, but they're going to start this second quarter down to a 1st and 20 because of the penalty. Hayes in motion, Phyllis up the middle. He'll get nothing. He's stuffed. Bickings, Wilson. Tymir and Jubei with the stop. Plugged up the hole very nicely. Could have been problematic. It's a second down now in 21 after a loss of 1. It's time. And on the wide receiver screen, set up really nicely. And it's going to be first down, which if you're Coach Diaz-Bizito, you have to be livid. Now, there is a flag down. Edward Solaku with a nice run after catch, but it's going to come back via a hold, and it'll make it second and roughly 26. 27. That'll negate a 22-yard play. Skylar Phillips in the shotgun, joined by Gilby. This is a pass play. Moore, backside pressure. Ball bounces around. Jubei Wilson had a shot at it, but it'll make it third down and long. Oh, Phyllis. Once again, Moore comes off his block nicely. And a good job getting the ball to Wilcox, number 12. It'll be probably a 4th and about 13 or 14 for Academy Park. I can't imagine them not going for it, but they might. I mean, they might punt it. I mean, they're wholesale substitutions. So maybe they just want to pin Interboro back deep. Hayes back to punt. Now, Phils is the up man on the punt team, so that's something to be aware of. Low snap. Hayes, nice punt, nice directional kick, and does a nice job of getting the ball out of bounds at about the 15. Probably could have been, a little bit. He probably would have wished for a little bit more, but not a terrible punt by Wilson. Or Hayes, rather. Hayes is the punter on that special teams play. 9:37 to go. Bucks still holding one. And color me surprised. I wasn't sure the Bucks would be equipped to come in here and stick with Academy Park. I thought it would be a rout from the get-go. And Bucks, with a 1-point lead and the ball into the second quarter. You see Convery singled up on the outside. Moore and Langston. Sorrentino, the man in motion. Academy Park jumps off sides, and that'll make it easier. We've got our main man, G Unit, Gary Mayer, back up here in the booth. Riding solo tonight. Grebe, just to update you, immediately on crutches, and doesn't look like he'll be getting back to football anytime soon, at least in this football game, and that's a sin. Not putting any weight on that right ankle or right foot at all. Mike Moore, on the other hand, carries Academy Park's entire team with him. And the guy who, veteran of media rugby, and apparently just dominated the local rugby scene until he finally decided to come out for football. And he's just a big, strong back is Mike Moore. And a heck of a nice kid on top of that. Moore escapes to the outside. Moore, 38-yard line. So the 37 will be the line of scrimmage. Second down and roughly 3 for the Bucks. I formation. Moore, or I'm sorry, Langston with the handoff, and he'll get the first down. And we'll say bye to the cheer moms or the cheer alumni anyway. They're just doing the part of the first half or the first quarter. Moore with a absolutely trucks his guy, but then somehow Barry Brown does bring him down, or I'm sorry, it's not Barry Brown, but Moore laid his shoulder into him, and my God, violent collision, and good job, holding on. So the 45-yard line, second down, 7. Under 8 minutes to go. Moore again with a heavy run. Still on his feet, and I'm telling you, man, he's like a man possessed. And after missing a couple games earlier in the year, and then a game not being played last week because of a forfeit for their opponent, the Bucks, who are officially 2-3, although they're 1-3 on games played on the field. And Langston ahead for 2. Moore getting pad adjustment. Coach Lennox handles that. Back to the huddle. Jared Dell with the call from Coach Lennox. Jared Dell on the keeper. He'll be brought down from behind. Collins with the tackle. Doesn't get much on it. I mean, they tried to trip Academy Park up there and run it to the outside. And third down and long, third down about 9 for your Interboro Bucks. As we move inside of 6:20 to go in quarter number 2. Dell got Convery. Convery escapes. First down. Cuts inside. His legs feeling better. Inside the 20. And another guy who was on crutches a week ago shows some nifty footwork and gets inside the 20-yard line. And a first down for the Bucks. Good route, good throw, good run after catch. And keep that offense off the field. Moore for about 8. Let's go under 5.5. 13-yard line, the line of scrimmage. I can tell you just how much I hate this sign in front of me. Moore, ball on the ground. He picks up his own fumble. Managed to get inside the 10-yard line. Not quite. Actually, they do mark it behind now, so 12. So it'll be 3rd and about 3. Beyond what we would consider 4-down territory. Now, I'm going to explain something to you folks that out there in TV land or YouTube land or public access cable land in a second, is that your history teaching heroes got to wear many hats. I woke up today and I taught. And I taught government, and I to be honest with you, for a Friday on a disjointed day, I brought the house down. We talked Constitution. We talked Brett Kavanaugh. We talked all the current events. Then Mr. Barrett and I came back here and set up the snack bar, cleaned it up, iced down all the beverages, went back to school, hitched up the trailer, and drove the homecoming people, the homecoming seniors, over here. I'm currently over here calling the football game. And next chance I get, I'm going to go back down and drive the truck around the track at halftime. So there could be a lapse of a couple of plays here, a minute or two, as Mike Moore goes into the end zone. Mike Moore, after who has been nothing short of spectacular in this football game, impossible to bring down. The Interboro offensive line has just blasted Academy Park off the ball. So, big shout out to Alexander Wood, Mufti, Gallinall, Ricky Neal, Academy Park, I think, jumped off sides there. No good on the point after, so it doesn't make I guess it would have made a difference, but 13-6, so Bucks with a 7-point lead with 3:45. I will start getting down there shortly. Bucks band heading out to the field. They're going to play their field show. Actually, really do got a dog down there. So we're going to go silent here. My good buddy Chris Mallon, it's going to keep bringing you the feed. You guys can play play-by-play announcer at home. We'll be back in a little bit.
The strong side is to the unbalance, yes. Because I hope they're seeing it. Or they're lined up wrong. They're not calling it to the tight end. But I'm saying maybe they're smart enough to recognize that it is unbalanced. They're going the other way.
2, 4. Ah, wait. They're doing 2 and 5. They were 5 and 5. inside angle. I don't know what Alfonso has to do. Right.
He's off about 12 yards. That's why I'm going. That's Timmy.
Alright. It's still black. Number 11's a safety. Shadow. Who's running back, by the way? Gibbs? That's a huge ball. Jesus. Touchdown. Oh. Right hash. On the 30. Do that. Jesus. ISO lead on this. What is it now?
Viewing to the outside, it doesn't even look like down, out. It doesn't even look like we have a presence on the outside.
nose?
Pull back the tape.
Yeah, man. I agree with Engel there. There's no way we're on this 10. Alright. Fucking fat car. That's a fake jet. Fake jet.
Right,
Yeah, I like that. They called a timeout.
but we can't even. But Chuck, what I'm saying is our linebacker doesn't have a presence because the fullback is not kicking him out. He's just running into the back of the line.
no way I could have No, they were in black. Only one further. Well, ball timeout. Ball timeout. Yeah. All right, I'm just letting you know, dude. Kicker. Their sideline, their sideline. Their sideline, their sideline, their sideline. Short side.
Thank you, Mr. Conley Court, and family, you may get off the track, please, if you would. Once again, great job. You have the come by. We are forced to get a little money at a time. advisors of this academy, Ms. Georgiana Shortell. Next class, please, number 475. Followed by the sophomore class, please move up to the people.
Right in the middle, it's a 45, 44. Number 11's on this. So you have 2 guys on 2 guys. The nose is there, you just didn't make it. How about an ISO SUV? You're on Jake Rock, of course, right? Rock that. It's outnumbered. We're outnumbered. 22 is big for us. We're the same page. If they out at 126 up. Yeah, it's still you want the bag. Right, I need I'll eat.
I was watching the second.
Thank you.
catch.
Touchdown!
Stretch it there, kid. Hey, no Barry, remember, no Barry. Oh, he's back up. No, I just meant for extra point. Let's go, kid. Come on, let's go.
It looks like solid. We didn't do any PATs on it.
I'm sorry, I meant to phrase it as slaying to a weak side, not a weak slaying. I'm sorry. I get what you're saying. Right? That's what's correct. One game is great. One game is great. Doesn't get crushed. 6 in. Well, it took 3 guys. He ran right by it.
Thought I told you to hold down the fort, Malinich. I give you a 7-point lead, and we're down 7 now. Langston on the fullback dive up to the 42-yard line. Well, that was fun. I don't know how much of that you got to see. I don't know if the halftime show was broadcast or not. Certainly not any, had the homecoming court come out, had the look at you, man. You're a real superstar. Had the floats come out. I imagine we're going to win, we being the seniors. So 2nd down and 8. Academy Park scores right before the half. They score again at the beginning of half number 2. And we'll wait and see. Academy Park coaches seem to think that this is going to be on the Bucks. The refs are cautious. Now, half the Academy Park line jumped over. You call a false start on Interboro, and that'll be on. The second down 13 after the 5-yard penalty. Dell in the shotgun. And he dumps it off, and it's almost intercepted. So 3rd and long. That pass really dangerously close to being intercepted. Two wide receivers on our side, one on the other side, and Dell throws to Convery on the slant. It bounces, and it'll bring up 4th down. So Dell and the punt team will come on. Brown back deep for the punt. Dell gets off more of a line drive, received by Brown at the 26. And chipped out of bounds. So we'll see that Academy Park night offense again. 5:45, so we're about halfway through quarter number 3. It's still a ball game. Bucks down 7. Homecoming festivities. Great crowd, so much so that the snack bar is actually pretty much out of provisions. A whole heap of trouble. Low snap. You see the main running back in the game. Bradley with the carry. It's time to fake to Bradley. And it's kept by, and look at this. Phyllis, nothing but open road. Touchdown, Phyllis. Skylar Phyllis from way downtown. 62 yards. And really is set up with the run to Bradley on the last play, and they just faked it, and this time they pulled it back, and the quarterback kept it. And Phyllis just upped the gut, found some space, and all the way to the end zone, so 26-13. Pending the extra point. They're parked to kick. and probably a delay game. And a lot of the, theatrics prior to the kick is probably contributes to this delay game. So this would be a 25-yard PAT, and it actually splits the uprights. Shamar Simpson with a 25-yard extra point. 27-13 with 4:58 to go. So since last I visited with you, Bucks had a 7-point lead. Academy Park has since reeled off 3 touchdowns, 2 of which you saw without me on the mic, and then this last one, I rejoined you after some of the other stuff that little homecoming activity, little visit by the snack bar to check on the people there. So, heck of a lot going on. Thanks to some of the parents out there, Mrs. Shemluck, Mr. Shemluck, and Mr. Hagan, who were helping out with the snack bar and with driving at the homecoming court and all. And, we wouldn't be what we are without these parent volunteers to help out in the community. And it was good to see the parade route lined with parents. Good to see all the cheer leader alumni helping out. It's been a good night so far, and we hope to continue. It'd be even better if we can get a Bucks comeback. It starts here. Jared Dell and the team. The spot will be right on the 35. So tight eye formation behind Dello Pascoli, Tim Convery, the wide receiver. It's Moore. Sorrentino out of the backfield for about 8. So second down and real short. Nice tackle out there by Academy Park. But Sorrentino with a nice little reception. Put the Bucks in good looking here. Second down and 1. Flag on the play. So that's going to move Interboro back, and it was second down and 1. Now we got second down and 6. Sorrentino in motion. It's Moore. Moore back close to the original line of scrimmage. He gets about 4 on the play. Third down and 3. Moore straight ahead. And looks like enough for a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. We crawl under 3 minutes here to go in quarter number 3. Bucks staying methodical, staying with the ground game. Bicking's in motion. They pitch out to him. Bicking's going to lose about 4, as you got to have the speed to turn the corner. Langston back in. Take Bickens out. Dell rolls out, throws off his back foot, has Convery. Certainly an impressive throw. Della Priscoli slung that over 40 yards, 45 yards, really off balance too. So it goes to show you how strong the arm is. Convery turned around, in and out of his hands, and he had a man beat. I mean, so it'll be third, close to 15, 14 to go. Michael Whittorf is the wide receiver, really the only guy on the route. And after really what I would say an impressive throw, Jared Dell skips one. And they'll have to punt. Barry Brown, 24-yard line. Dell's punt, not a great punt. And a call at the 40. So, with 1:45 to go in quarter number 3, Academy Park holds 14. And they come out with the ball. Oh, Phyllis, who's had the big 62-yard run on the last play. Hands off this time. And look out again. Flag on the play is going to pull back. Devon Covert with a 60-yard run on first down. 2 pieces of laundry on the floor. Academy Park coach is beside themselves. But the long run by Covert going to be called back. And this has sort of just been like the the Achilles heel of the Bucs defense. You don't have a lot of guys on the team, and come second half when they get tired, holes open up, and my God, the opponents start putting up big scores, and it's happened like in several games in a row. And so first down, as they did even after the penalty, get enough yards for a first down. 2 yards this time. Bucs close it up. Now we got a flag on the play again. Covert with the carry of 1 or 2 yards, but we'll wait and see what the flag is. Yes, unsportsmanlike conduct. A 15-yard penalty. Second down, 20. Quick pass this time. It goes out to Barry Brown. He's still on his feet. Barry Brown streaks down the sideline, cuts back inside. Finally driven out of bounds near the 20. They stop him at the 23, and a play that really should have been stopped for a 2 or 3 yard loss turns into, a 2 or 3 yard gain turns into 30 plus. 37 to be exact. So first and 10, 23-yard line. So 5 yards on first down. Down to the 19-yard line. Phyllis and Covert in the backfield. And it goes to Covert again. Covert first down. Looks like it's going to be before the 10-yard line, so it looks like it's not quite goal-to-go situation for Academy Park. Just outside the 10, but they might end up calling it first and goal. Either way, it's the end of the third quarter. So Bucks down 2 touchdowns, not looking good. Fourth quarter to begin. Phyllis over the middle, and Jesus. Wilcox couldn't get any more wide open. So 33-13. Phyllis stops and pops to a completely wide open Wilcox. And Bucks moved, which will probably prompt a 2-point attempt.
The third ref on their side doesn't throw a flag. They move first, and their ref on the sideline doesn't throw the flag.
So temporarily, Shamar Simpson in to take the extra point, but pretty sure this is on the Bucks. So they'll either move it up and just make it a yard shorter for Simpson, who showed on the last PAT that he could boot it from about 25 yards out. He had a little bit more to give. Looks like this time around they're just going to let him kick it from the 9-yard lines where they spot it. So the 19-yard PAT. And he misses it. So it stays a 20-point lead with 11:55 to go. So AP set to kick off from the 40-yard line. Back deep, Mike Moore, Tim Convery, and with Grebe out of the game.
Double pass. There's a hole. There's a penalty there. Stack called the penalty. I don't know what it is. Oh, come on.
There were multiple flags on that last play.
He tackled the quarterback. What do you think? On him?
Unfortunately, time about to get out of the park. There was a holding on Interboro.
So flags go as follows. Bucks called for hold. Unsportsmanlike.
It's a spot foul. Depends on the spot. He said Daniels got up and flexed. Yeah, you think it's a penalty. He didn't even flex.
We're still waiting to see what's going on here. As Bucks or the refs look like they're either explaining to Coach Voshevsky what's going on, or still caucusing.
So it's 1st and 5. It's gonna be like 1st and 5. Spot foul. The whole spot.
Hold on the Bucks. Then they bring it back 15 yards. So it looks as if we will have a first down and about 7 when it's all said and done. All right. Now amidst all that confusion, 1st and 7, too wide to the near side. Moore in the backfield. Bucks down 3 scores. Got to get on the ball. Dell rolls out. Finds Convery, who's driven out of bounds. Yeah. 42 be the line of scrimmage, and then they will start the clock. A little slow getting the clock started. Mike Moore up the gut. Mike Moore, first down. Moore still running hard, down to the 28. Now again, the ball's spotted. Let's run the clock. 4 or 5 seconds that don't run off. Real slow on the draw here, this officiating crew, in terms of getting the clock started again. 10:50 and counting. Dell stops, pops. It was headed for Convery, but with Grebe out, Langston only out on limited sets. Really a lot less options for the senior quarterback. But you do see Langston. You have Udowenko, the tight end. Moore up the middle. Good hole. The 25-yard line will be 3rd down and 5. Moore, space outside. Stays low, gets himself a first down. to the 16. They'll spot it at the 15 to be a first down. And Moore, and I mean, they had him stacked up 2 yards after the line of scrimmage, and he just kept his legs moving and drug like 15 people with him. I mean, Mike Moore is a beast. They get him down to the 2-yard line. That's fun to watch. It's a shame, you know, they have a tough time stopping on defense. And Moore, ball out. Covert picks it up. Jared Dell about the only one that can stop him. Covert cuts back inside. And Jared Dell grabs him by his jersey. And, you know, good job of hustling there by the quarterback as Moore put it on the ground. And Covert almost with a long play. Oh, 5 yards on first down, Academy Park. At this point, going to look to just salt the clock away as best they can. I mean, yeah, they're going to try and score, but up the middle. First down again for Academy Park. .36-yard line. AP, no need to huddle. They'll keep it going fast. Quick pass. And that's Wilcox again. This is Gilby. So the 25-yard line will be the line of scrimmage here for first down, 7:20 and counting. Flag on the play. Ghibli again. It's about 10. It was first and 15, and then gets 10 of that back. Academy Park threatening again. I didn't see it either. So a hold on the Knights. Apparently these officials don't want to go home tonight. First and 23. Ghibli again. So, 38-yard line. It'll be second down and long. Not much on the play for Ghibli. Two wide on each side. Ghibli the single setback. And we have a delay of game. Coach is up here imploring Voshevsky to call timeout, but instead they decide not to. So 5 more yards back. What's happening? You want to talk?
No, it's
Oh, okay. You just want to get in. I got you.
2300.
Made? Wow. That's nice. Imagine if we knew how to shop, we'd make even more. Ghibli up the gut. Not much. It's second down. It'll be third down now and 25. So Academy Park keep going backwards. And in all honesty, you know, if Academy Park Coach Vo didn't have a little bit of a heart here, it'd probably be a lot worse than it is. They're just running balls up the gut, trying to keep the. We do have a Joe Barrett sighting. So if you're still with us, my God, Joe Barrett, Assistant Athletic Director.
Hello, Mr. Soroka.
Nice to see you again. I feel like I've been seeing you all day. And Skylar Phillips bounces off some tacklers, refuses to go down, wants to stay in bounds, which, again, if you have been here all day, you're actually thrilled that Phil stays in bounds. And now we have some fighting, and it's not good.
Number 20, just kick the kid.
Of all people, Kalodner. So if that's true and the AP coaches are saying there was a kick, I don't know if that'll be a disqualification or not. Refs are caucusing. I mean, if he kicked him, there's no reason that it wouldn't be. This is the third consecutive game that I've somewhat worked the snack bar and have gone home hungry because I haven't eaten anything because we sold everything or gave it away. So once again, I'll be stopping off to eat on the way home, even though, because this curb stomp got you an automatic first down. Yeah. That's why I was saying we're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, so needless to say, the penalty was on the Bucks.
Yeah.
It's now first down for Academy Park with 4:42 to play.
So 27-yard line. Now the question is, Academy Park seemed content to just run the clock out. Do they pop another one in now and put up a 40 spot? Especially after like what they, at least up here, seem to think was a boot to their quarterback. So, yeah, 5 minutes later, we'll resume action. Got Barry Brown in taking the snaps. So Ghibli makes a second down, and wholesale substitutions. Maybe not.
Well, if nothing else, Mrs. Soroka, another great crowd here for homecoming this year.
Oh, absolutely.
If
And
not
we
one,
can-
if not one of our best.
We're hoping that, for senior rec, we can get one more big crowd, and then the same would apply to, for the Ridley game.
Yeah,
So
possible Ridley game, yeah.
And somebody told me, and I don't know if it's accurate or not,
Oh,
and Academy Park, they're not even trying to score, but they're going to.
yeah, tackled at the 1.
Yes. So Brown with the carry. The Sear really would amount to the 4th running back. And moving inside and outside down to the 1 yard
First and goal
line.
at the 2.
So Academy Park with 3.5 to go. And again, they're taking as much time as they can, trying to wilt this clock down. Brown again taking the snaps. And he'll keep it himself, and he'll get stopped by
short.
Sorrentino behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, and our boys soccer goes to Ridley tomorrow, Mrs. Soroka.
They play at Ridley tomorrow.
Yes.
Coach DeStilio always does a nice job with the program. I was actually I don't know how accurate this is, but I had heard that I guess because of the division the Bucks are in, there's still playoff opportunities.
Yes.
Does that fall out of the because of the loss tonight?
I don't think so because of possible points.
So
Yeah,
in
that's
goes
touchdown.
Academy Park. It'll be 39-13. And Buck Streak, you're giving up 40-plus in jeopardy again here.
Yeah, to answer your question is depend upon the remainder of the schedule.
Okay.
If we were to go on a run,
Okay.
then anything's
Now,
possible at that
it
point.
is Penwood next week. Is that accurate? Penwood on the road next week?
We are on the road, yeah, and then Chester is
And
the
then
following
Chester,
week for
yes.
senior rec.
So we'll be back here in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
For senior rec. And nothing like the kicker doing the airplane, running back to the sidelines after going up 27. Good for you, man.
Kickers are people too, Mr.
Hey,
Soroka.
listen.
Kickers are people too.
I'll be honest with you. There's not a game of pickup basketball where I don't do the airplane after my first tray. And the second.
Or the
Third.
game-winning goal in floor hockey
Oh,
against
yeah.
the seniors.
Well, I think I did more of a kick. What do they call that when you click your heels up in the air?
That's exactly what they call it, the clicking of your
Oh.
heels in the air.
I feel a little bit bad for that Connor Evans, but that wrist shot was devastating. Connor Evans was in net, and did a nice job manning the pipes.
But the whiplash he
Between-
suffered on the watching it go by him.
I mean, simply put, well, and they vow their revenge during finals week this year. We're going to be a year older. Tom Davis no longer is with us. But if we can
However,
get
he
Frio to play,
didn't play that
that's
day
right,
either,
he did.
so-
Yeah.
Well, you got to give the student section credit. They're still doing their buck chance.
Not bad, and I think keeping it clean.
Yeah,
I mean,
Let's hope so.
Maybe a few whistle violations here and there, but I haven't seen any baby powder or anything.
No, and thank goodness for that.
Yeah, band uniforms stay nice and clean. All right. So, is that a Marquise Bird sighting? It is Marquise Bird with the kick return, and he may even stay out there on the field.
All right, Mr. Circle. Well, I'm going to head back downstairs and make sure everything's cleaned up and ready to go.
I'm a little jealous, but go ahead.
Yeah.
All
But
right.
I'm sure I'll see you down there.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
be down there in 2 minutes and 7 seconds.
Thanks for letting me be part of the team up here. It's always fun.
Are you kidding me? I wish it was more permanent.
Yep.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. When we're out of the refreshment stand business.
We're out of the refreshment stand business. We'll be yielding that over to Mr. Webb.
And a shout out to the band for a good night by our Mr. Peltz, Mr. Friel.
In all
Band brought
honesty,
it tonight.
these games, like the games where the band isn't here, they just don't seem like, fun games. So it's good to have him here. We have a turnover. And Academy Park down inside the 5 to the 2-yard line. So what was, not going to turn out to be a real good score is going to turn out to be an even worse score, you'd think. Unless Wojcicki has a little mercy and just kneels on the ball. We'll see. Take care, man. All right.
Yeah, I mean, everything's still in the stand. So.
You got your piece on you? You didn't bring it today? Chris Malinich here got himself a ring from the, oh, you saw it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Take care. So the 5-yard line will be the line of scrimmage for Academy Park. They are in the huddle, and we'll see a victory formation. It does not appear to be the case. Timeout. So Academy Park calls timeout with 1:50 left. Bucks about to fall to 2-4. And again, that second win, a forfeit last week. So we just wait and see. Coach D'Esposito still out there coaching them up. Bucks first unit's defense still in there. Academy Park has made some substitutions on the offensive end. And I guess it's like one of those what you call a catch-22. I mean, on one hand, maybe the sporting thing to do is kneel on the ball. On the other hand, these kids want to play. They want to score. And they do kneel on the ball, so that will essentially do it. 40-13, I guess, would be our final score. And I'm not exactly sure what they need to talk about with Coach Wojcicki. Maybe just tell them, like, hey, keep kneeling on the ball. So Utensi Nanke is the man taking the snaps. That's number 8. At least that's what it says in the program that I didn't get. Refs call a flag. And, yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, Bucks have waved the white flag. Academy Park's kneeling on the ball. And these refs decide to throw a flag for a procedure call when you got a bunch of second and third teamers in there. I get it. Supposedly is a penalty, but for crying out loud. But anyway, Bucks fall to 2-4. We'll see you in 2 weeks for Senior Rec. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for Chris Malinich, as always, for helping out and filming this game. Literally the best husband in the world, or at least in Aston. And we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Take care.